Hello everyone. In this video we are going to learn about the function in Python. We are going to discuss about the definition of the function, how to call the function, and also the parameters, the types of parameter of the function. When you write any function in your program, which means it divides your code into well-defined structure. So we are going to define the first function in Python. So first you need to keep in your mind that any function has three parts. The first thing is function header, function body, and the return statement. Return statement is actually part of function body, so we can count return statement inside function body as well. Now in Python, to define function header, syntax is definition, which means we are going to write the definition of a function in Python. So first definition, which you can write using def definition keyword, then the name of your function, let's say which is first function, the parameters, which means argument, colon, and your function body. This is how we can define function in Python. And if I write any particular statement over here, print hello function. This is my definition of first underscore function, and when I'm going to call this function, the syntax is first underscore function and the parameters. Here you can see my function does not accept any parameters, so that's why I did not pass any value, any argument over here. When I'm going to run this, it prints hello function. So this is very simple definition of a function. This is how we can call the function. Now let's see about the argument of the function. If I would like to perform addition, so when I write a is equal to 5, b is equal to 7, c is equal to a plus b, and my function returns the result, which means here if I call this way, which means it does not print anything, just because when I call the function, this function returns some value, but I did not store it anywhere. So I'm going to write x is equal to function, and then I'm going to run the program again, but it does not print anything just because I did not print that value. So when I'm going to write this, when I'm going to use print statement to print the value of x, it will print the result. Now here I have taken static values, but now I would like to use the argument, which means here I am going to pass a comma b, which means in the definition when you are going to write the arguments, you have to take care while you are going to call the function. So here I am going to write the value, which is 8 comma let's say 5, which means I would like to perform the addition of 8 and 5, and let's run the program. The answer is 13. Good. Now we have successfully passed two arguments into the function. Function accept those arguments and perform operation and returns the result. This is how to define a function and how to call the function. Now let's see about the argument of function in Python. There are three kinds of argument we can pass. The first one is positional argument, second one is arbitrary argument, and third one is keyword argument. Here when you are going to write a comma b, this is called positional argument. Why it is called positional argument? Because when I write 8 comma 5 or 5 comma 8, which means what? This 5 would be assigned to a and 8 would be assigned to b. If I change the sequence 8 comma 5 or 5 comma 8, which means it exactly depends on the position. If I pass 5 as the first position, in the first position or as a first argument, it will store into a and 8 would be stored into b. This is called positional argument. In positional argument, you can also implement the concept of default argument. Default argument, which means what? B is equal to, if I write 7. So at that time, when you call the function, you have supplied two arguments, which is 5 and 8. Now 5 will be stored inside A, 8 will be stored inside B. So let's run the program first. The output is 13. And what is the use of this default argument? The use of default argument is what? When you do not pass the second argument, which is actually the default argument. See, here my second argument is default argument. So when you are not going to pass the second value, the second argument when you are going to call the function, So at that time it will consider 7 as value. Let's run the program. See, the output is 12. 5 would be the value of A, but I did not pass second value, which means I did not pass the value for B. So that's why in that case 7 will be the value of B. But if I pass any value over here and if I run the program, so at that time 10 will be assigned to B. This is default argument. Here you need to consider one more thing, and when you are going to implement default argument, and let's say P is equal to 5 comma A. So I have created two arguments, basically B and A. So 5 would be stored to B and 10 would be stored to A. But in this case, when you are going to run the program, you will get an error. So what is the error? When you are going to run any program with default argument, you have to keep in your mind that every default argument must be the trailing argument of the function, which means the non-default argument follows default argument, it generates an error. So non-default arguments cannot follow the default argument, or in other language we can say that every default argument must be the trailing argument of function. So we are going to write 5 comma 10, and if we run the program, the output is 15. This is positional argument. Now we are going to see about the keyword argument. In positional argument, what happens exactly when we pass 5 comma 10, which means 5 will be stored to A, 10 will be stored to B. But if I write this way, A is equal to 5, B is equal to 10, which means what? It basically supports the keyword, which is A and B, which we have created at the time of defining the function. So A is equal to 5, B is equal to 10. So A is, the value of A would be 5 here, the value of B would be 10 over here. The use of keyword argument is what? When you write keyword argument, sequence does not matter. So when we run this program, the answer would be 15 because the value of B would be considered 10 and the value of A would be 5. This is what keyword argument is. Now if I write that this is also one of the way to fetch all the keyword argument. First, let me tell you, when you write this, the type of this variable keyword argument is dictionary. Let's run it. Class dictionary, and you know how to iterate through dictionary. Key comma value in your args.items key comma value B10 and A5. So when you have the number of keyword arguments and you do not know the count of the arguments, you can use this method to fetch all the keyword arguments. This is the second type of Python function argument. Now we are going to see the third argument, which is arbitrary argument. Now arbitrary argument, which means what? Suppose I am calling this function using two values 5 comma 10, and here I have created A comma B. Here I did not call the function using keyword argument, I have only used 5 comma 10, which is positional argument. Now when I write A comma B, it is fine. So when return A plus B, the answer will be 15. But instead of this, if I pass this way 78, if I call my function by using 3 arguments, at that time it will generate an error that first underscore function takes 2 position arguments but 3 were given. Which means what? When you do not know how many arguments will be passed into the calling of function, at that time you should use the concept of arbitrary argument, and the syntax to define arbitrary argument is star. In keyword arguments, when you just want to know how many arguments, with how many arguments the function is being called, at that time you should use double asterisk and any variable. In arbitrary arguments, you need to apply 1 star, 1 asterisk and the name of the variable. Here the same fundamental applies. For I in args, and if I would like to print all the value, so print I, and the output would be 5, 10 and 78. The none is printed because I was trying to print the value, but the function does not return anything. So let me rerun the program. 5, 10 and 78, which means whatever the number of value passed in the calling of function, we have just printed it. If you want to perform summation of it and you do not know the numbers of arguments, so what we can do is here the simple fundamental again, sum is equal to sum plus I, and let's say sum is equal to 0. Let's run the program. Okay, so we did not return anything, so return sum and let's print it. 93. In this case, even if there are only 2 arguments, the answer would be 15. If there are 4 arguments, again the answer would be there, 27. Which means what? When you do not know the exact number of arguments will be passed during the calling of function, we should definitely use the arbitrary arguments. So in this tutorial, we had discussed about function, how to write the function, how to call the function, and the types of argument of the function. Positional argument, keyword arguments, and arbitrary arguments. I hope you get it. If you have any query in this, you can write in the comment. Thank you everyone.